Hello, 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 and welcome to Project Possible, a podcast with me, Rich Leigh, about what's truly possible, talking to incredible guests from the worlds of entertainment, business, sport, academia, about who they are, why they are who they are, their successes, their challenges, their motivation, what keeps them going when times get tough. It's rarely money. I'll give you that one for free. It's rarely just, oh, I want to hit this financial figure. And I think a lot of us can see and should see a lot of ourselves in today's guest, Dean Franklin. Dean, wonderful Essex boy. You might recognise him, or you will, I hope, recognise him from the most recent series of The Apprentice, where Dean became the first male contestant to win in 9 or 10 years with his air conditioning business, ADL. I loved my little hop, skip and jump to Essex, to ADL's HQ, where Dean and I sat down for a couple of hours and chatted about everything from his upbringing, the person he's always wanted to be, what his relationship with Lord Sugar is like now, and how weird it is getting WhatsApps from him, and or how that was at the beginning, and whether they're just colleagues or mates, and a few more, loads of tidbits and behind the scenes stuff from the show. There was stuff. He's the second Apprentice winner that I've spoken to. In Series 1, I spoke to Marley Swindles, who had the boxing gym, you might remember. And Marley was wonderful, but in chatting to Dean, I kind of got to some behind-the-scenes stuff, especially around living in the house, that I didn't already know. You'll be surprised, I think. It sounds a lot more like prison than I thought it was. Just how hard it was being away from his young family. And you'll get from this, Dean's a family man that wants to do well by his family. And it's hard to say fairer than that, right? So I think a lot of you will see yourselves in him and, potentially in this conversation. Again, we all want to be healthier, happier, more fulfilled. And I think these interviews go some way to, not just being entertaining, I hope, but giving us that little bit of a, pep in our step every Monday. So if you enjoy this, please send it to one person. That's all I ask. If everybody listens to this, sends it to one person, we're doubling every week. And wouldn't that be amazing? One person. More, if you like, but I think that's hopefully a fair ask. If you don't already, go to projectpossible.substack.com, subscribe there. I talk a lot about, or I'm beginning to talk a lot about the idea that, we're so beholden to algorithms that even if you follow something and you think, yeah, I like that thing. Oh God, I never see that thing anymore. Very often it's because algorithms are complex and don't always show you the things that you might want to see, even if you like them. So by signing up with your email address, I've always got a way to contact you, and I'll be in your inbox with episode links, with guest information, how to get involved, giveaways, maybe live shows at some point, all of that good stuff. So that's how we can kind of stay connected in a very real way without, the social media kind of juggernauts trying to force everybody to spend tons of cash on ads. Right, that's probably enough of that. All that remains to be said is, without further ado, I bring to you my conversation with the brilliant Dean Franklin. Enjoy. Talk to me about young Dean Franklin.
Oh, where do we start?
I want to start right back. So, when your parents talk to you about what you were like as a baby, as a kid, what do they say?
I was a little lovable rogue,
Okay.
as I'd like to describe myself. That's what I would say I was. I was always up to mischief. I weren't the best behaved kid. Yeah. Bit of trouble in school, but nothing too bad.
Not like naughty, but just like cheeky.
Just cheeky.
I don't think anybody would be surprised by that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you're like, yeah, I was a bit cheeky at school, it's like, oh, right, yeah, okay.
And I think my teachers would agree with me there.
Was it one of those situations where they kind of loved to be like, oh, Dean, come on?
It was exactly that.
Right.
That's exactly how I was. I had a really good relationship with some of my teachers, and they'd be like, Dean, come on, just do your work now. And I'd just be messing about. Yeah. And that's how I was. Yeah. I didn't take it too serious.
Were you quite popular?
Yeah. I'd say I was. Me and all my mates, we had a pop with the boys. Yeah. So
you sporty?
I'm not. And all my friends are.
Right.
You know,
I
they're
don't know
always-
why, but I had you down for football.
No,
Really?
mate, I got 2 left feet.
No way.
I can't dance.
Yeah?
I can't play football. Yeah, I got 2 left feet, mate.
Okay.
So yeah, I just steer clear of football.
So educationally, you did all right?
I've done okay. I mean, I think I left with like C and D grades. You know, nothing too good, but nothing bad.
Like passes.
Yeah, just scraped by. Like barely left with any.
Did it
GCSE.
matter to you?
Not really.
No.
Not really. I didn't want to go down the uni route.
Okay.
You know,
and you
like
knew
I-
that real.
Yeah, I always knew that. I knew as soon as I was sort of young, I'm just going to go out and get a trade.
Right.
I didn't know what that would be. So I done plumbing. Hated that. Didn't
Why?
like it. Didn't like dealing with toilets and dirty water. Then I wanted to be an electrician. So I started actually an apprenticeship being an electrician. And it weren't until the guy there, the boss, he was like, look, they do air conditioning as well. Why don't you do air conditioning? I was like, not for me. And that's how I was about it. And then I tried it, still weren't 100%, but then I kept doing it and I got really good at it. And that's where I thought, you know what, I'm going to stick to this. But that's well beyond. Like we need to go back.
Yeah. That's what I'm interested in.
So-
Is the you before? So,
So yeah, like leaving school, like I was saying, I knew I wanted a trade, but I didn't know what I wanted to do.
and what did your parents do?
So my mum, she's a school cook, and my dad's a train driver.
Right.
So they've both got very sort of comfortable, stable jobs. You know, steady income, quite solid. I just don't know. That weren't for me.
Right. You
Always-
didn't fancy 9 to 5.
No, I'm
Okay.
a bit greedy.
Yeah?
You know, I wanted more.
Greedy. Why?
Yeah.
What was it about? What was it about a stable, solid working class job that you were just like, yeah, that's not for me?
You know, it was. I didn't want to work for anybody.
Okay.
That's what it was. I wanted the freedom to do what I want when I want.
And where does that come from?
Don't know. Maybe being a lovable rogue.
Yeah.
You know, at school, just being able to do what you want.
It's just because authority wasn't quite.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite for you. You were
Not
like,
for me, really.
Yeah.
You know,
so you were never going to go to the army.
No, I'd have been fired from the army.
How quickly?
I don't even know if I'd have made it. But yeah, I just always thought like that's not for me. I want to go out. I want to earn what I want and do what I want. And so entrepreneurship.
Did you have anybody around you that showed you that way?
No one.
What was it? Was it media? Were you watching films? Like what kind of showed you that? Do you know what? There is another way, and it's not driving a train.
Yeah, good question. I don't know. I don't know where this come from. Like I've never had anyone in my family who owned a business or weren't even self-employed. You know, they all had stable jobs. And that's what my parents was saying to me. Like, why don't you go out, become an electrician, you earn good money, and you live a comfortable life.
Because when you think of the trades, that's the one, right? You think
Yeah.
the sparkers turn up in a nice car.
Yeah, electricians, they earn a fortune. But yeah, I just weren't for me. I just wanted more. I wanted more out of life. I wanted more for myself. And if that's being greedy, so be it.
Is it greedy?
Some people say it's greedy. Some people say it's ambitious.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Wanting the best out of life that you can possibly get.
So were you ever in any real trouble as a kid?
I was always in trouble. I was always in trouble.
Flavour of trouble are we talking?
I was always in a mixed bag of trouble.
Okay. Is it who you're hanging out with? Were you the little ringleader of the troublemakers?
I wouldn't say ringleader.
No?
I weren't the ringleader. But yeah, we got up to mischief. You know, we weren't angels. Yeah. But I think that builds character, especially where we're from as well. Like we grew up in Dagenham,
Right.
so
I don't know much about Dagenham. I'm southwest, so I've heard of it. I know ish of it. Tell me about Dagenham.
yeah, it's a rough area. You know, it's not the nicest, but that was home. And that's where I grew up, and that's where I learnt a lot. So if it was the people I was knocking around with, I mean, I still knock around with them now. Yeah. So the friends I had in school are still my close friends.
How are they all doing?
Yeah, they're all doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they've all grown up.
They're all doing all right?
Yeah, all doing all right.
Yeah? How proud of you do you think they are?
Yeah.
Did they ever say it?
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah, they
Oh,
do.
nice.
They're always commenting and telling me, you know, it's good. I've got a really good bunch of friends.
Is there a healthy degree of piss taking there?
Always, you know, and that's what I was most scared about from going onto the show, is how much piss I'm going to get taken out of me for going onto the show.
Did you tell anybody that you were applying for it?
I told a very, very select few, you know. They all knew I was applying for it because I applied for it the year before
I know.
and I didn't get on.
Yeah.
So
Let's talk about that, in fact, because given you won, you know, I don't think we're spoiler alerting here, you won the 250k, right, the investment. I think some people might be surprised to know that you did apply the year before and that you were rejected.
Yeah, I was rejected on the first round. Like there's so many rounds and I was rejected first round.
Why? How?
You know why? Because we'd been on holiday that week, and I flew back.
We being you and your
Me
wife
and my family,
and your kids.
And we flew back, and I was ill. I woke up, I was like in a bad way. I thought, there's no way I can go to this audition. So I dragged myself there. I thought, you know what, I've got to do it. Been looking forward to it for a while. Dragged myself there. Took some Red Bull, took some tablets on the way, tried to like literally just perk myself up a bit. And went into the audition, and I was just I had nothing in me. I was just in the chair, I'm trying to pitch my idea. And the guy there is just like, you're not giving me nothing. I was like, I know.
Did he say that? I know.
I can't. Well, the actual true story to this, he didn't tell me nothing then. Right. So this now goes back from 3 years ago when I first done that audition. He didn't say nothing, and I got kicked off. Right. So that same guy, he was in the Apprentice when I went back there for this series. But he was one of the house team.
Right.
And we become really good friends, you know. And he was telling me, he's like, Dina, I recognise you. I went, Johnny, I think you're the guy that told me to go away last time. And he went, oh, yes. And then it put two and two together.
What is the process then?
The process is hard. The process, just for the auditions, is so much fun. I think, like I say this to everybody, just sign up to the audition. Yeah. It gives you a little taste of what the actual experience is like. You have to do little tasks. You have to do all these little pitches.
And you've been filmed the whole time?
Some of it's being filmed. It's all different. Yeah. It's all different, but it's really good, and you enjoy it. And when I went back, because when I spoke to Johnny afterwards, and this weren't until late in the process. I think we was in final 5, and me and Johnny was having this conversation, and that's when he put two and two together, and he realised I was the guy that he interviewed the year before, and he said, "Yeah, you just weren't giving me nothing." I said, "Johnny, I was ill." He said, "Yeah." He said, "I thought something weren't right." So, and it weren't right. You know, I'm a strong believer in what's meant to be will be. And so be it.
So what made you apply again then? So you've been rejected and you're thinking, did you just think that wasn't the best of me?
It wasn't. I didn't give it my all. Right. You know, it weren't me. Yeah. That was an ill version of me, giving you nothing. I need to go and give it my all, and then we'll see what happens. And then we will know the result.
I mean, what's the lesson from that for the people listening and watching?
Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Why give up? Yeah. Go again.
Yeah, just being rejected isn't. It doesn't have to be the end.
It ain't the end. Yeah. You know, just because you ain't done something right that time, you've learned what to do next time. Yeah. You know, just take what you have learning and just go with it on the next time.
What did you learn after that first application?
Well, not a lot.
You're like, don't be sick.
But I knew what it was going to be about. Then I knew right, you have to be on point. To come across well, you have to pitch well, you have to speak well.
Did you turn up like suited and booted?
Yeah,
like
everyone was. Everyone was suited and booted.
Right, okay.
I think it's a vital error if you turn up in a tracksuit.
Just in a vest.
I did see someone do.
No way.
Yeah. Someone turned up in a tracksuit, and I thought, what is he doing?
Yeah. And he didn't get on.
He didn't get on.
So how many people are we talking in this process? And
you don't know. You
don't
know. I've heard there's about 80,000 applicants.
Each year?
Each year.
Wow, okay.
So I don't know how many of them get through to the auditions, and then it just sort of gets dwindled down a bit. But yeah, it's a good process.
Yeah, and that first one, is it on the basis of your business idea? And
so it's about you, your business, what you've done in the past, what you're about, and just you in general, really.
Yeah. I guess they're looking at you for personality. They're looking at you for everything. You know, what's he going to be like on camera? Is he going to? Yeah. And did you know? Like, did you always think, oh, I'll be fine on camera. I don't mind all that stuff.
I always thought, how hard can it be? Yeah. But then the reality of it hit, and that first task, I was under it with all the cameras. You got the mic, and it's just a lot. If you're not used to it, it's scary.
I guess because that's the process, isn't it? Is behind the scenes. There's how many cameras are looking at you? Loads. Mics everywhere, boom over you, all that stuff, right? And you're just like encased by, I guess, all these people. Yeah. And did it feel suffocating, or like did you feel all right doing it?
I felt so nervous, you know that, because like I'm saying, my friends are piss takers.
Yeah.
So I knew if I was to make any mistake, I'd be getting the piss taken out of me.
Did you make any mistakes in the early tasks that you kind of look back on now and think?
I think I was a bit shy. I was a bit shy in the beginning. You know, I weren't myself. Right. And it took me a while to find my feet, you know, because you're in there. There's 17 other candidates, all big personalities, all fighting to be in front of the camera, all fighting to get their point across. Yeah. You know, if you're shy and quiet, you can very easily do nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you see that, don't you? You don't see people, and you're like, bloody hell, I didn't even see that person until show 5, 6.
Yeah.
You're like, who are they?
Yeah.
You know, that happens.
It's very easy for that to happen. You know, if you don't speak your mind, and this is a thing I've learnt through telly, you need to speak what you're thinking, say what you're thinking, because otherwise someone else will say it, and then you can't say, oh, I was thinking that.
Yeah.
In the real world,
Yeah, me too.
In the real world, you don't say everything you're thinking. Yeah. You think it, right, yep, you register it, keep that in your back. And then if you don't say it, someone else will say it before you.
So when you applied, did you genuinely, the second time, did you genuinely think, do you know what, I could win this?
I always backed myself, yeah. So for years, I've always said to my friends and family that I'm going to get on that show and I'm going to win it. I've actually said that. And to actually have been there and done it is just mad. But
so there's something about manifesting.
Manifesting is massive. I think you have got to believe in yourself. And what's the point of being involved if you're not thinking of going the whole way?
Yeah.
You know, why sign up?
Again, where do you get that from? Like, you know, we're talking about, you know, young Dean. Where's that come from?
I've always just been like that. Yeah, I'm very sort of...
But you can't pinpoint. There's not a teacher that's giving you that belief. There's not a you know, your dad or nobody in your life's gone, mate, you know, basically winning's important. Here's how you succeed. Like, you know, what's the foundations of that belief?
No one's ever done that for me. I think I've always just been really strong-minded. If I want to do something, I'll do it. And I think that's what it is. You know, if I say to myself, I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
How long's the whole process? Sorry, from like day, not the audition process, but right, you're in the house from day one of the house through to the finale. How long are we talking?
2.5 months.
2.5 months, right. You got 2 kids. How old were they when you went in?
So I think I got this wrong in the process. You said their ages. Yeah, I said it wrong. And I said it wrong on the news once as well. And my kids...
No, Daddy.
They pulled me on it. As soon as I come back home, they're like, Dad, I'm not 8. I'm
like, what we'll do is if this goes wrong, then I'll dub myself doing an Essex accent over.
So my boy Ted, he's 7.
Right.
And my daughter Bonnie, she's...
Yeah.
No, what did I just say?
7.
No, so Ted's 9,
Ted's
9.
9.
Bonnie's 7.
Ted's 9, Bonnie's 7 now. Yeah. Okay, so back then... 2.5 years ago, was it?
No, so this was a year ago. So they were 6 and 8. They were 6 and 8.
6 and 8 at the time. So, how many parents were there among the 18 candidates?
None.
You were the only one.
Only one.
Right.
Which was a shock to me.
It shocks me. Yeah. You know, these people in their 20s, 30s, 40s.
Yeah, those people in there a lot older than me.
Yeah.
And they've not got no kids. And I found that hard because I was the only one. You know, I couldn't relate to anybody about, oh, you're missing your kids because they haven't got any.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody struggled like I did because they can't relate to that.
How quickly did you start to struggle in relation to being away from your family?
Very quickly. Yeah. Because during the auditions, they warn you about this. They say, look, you're going to be taken away from your family, taken away from your life as you know it. And they tell you everything. Yeah. You're thinking, you know what, this don't sound too bad, you know? A little break. You know, I need a little break away from my family and my phone at times.
That's it. You know, the first few days, you're like, this is great. And then...
That's what you're thinking. You're thinking, you know what, sign me up. This is going to be like a holiday. But nah, it weren't. It was the complete opposite. Like, literally straight away, I was struggling. Yeah. And I knew Chloe was struggling. I knew the kids were struggling.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Like, was Chloe really supportive of you doing the whole thing?
She's very supportive in general. Yeah. But I knew she was struggling. Right. You know, she's never been on her own. Never been away from me.
You're quite an active dad, quite involved.
Yeah.
So obviously you got the business, but you got to make time. So
yeah, I'll make as much time as possible for the kids. But yeah, it was new to us all. You know?
Who supported you in the house? Did anybody support you with what is this? It's a loss, you know. For 2.5 months, you're without the things that found, you know, your foundation. Your like that's your day to day, and then you're in an unfamiliar place, doing unfamiliar things with people you don't know.
Yeah.
And was there anybody like with production supportive of you?
Production were really good. You know, you could chat to them whenever you wanted, which was good. But no one was there for like because you can't relate to them. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like people were missing their boyfriends and girlfriends, their parents. It's not the same.
It isn't.
It's not the same.
You know, I used to work in London 4 days a week. So 4 days a week and then head back home. And those 4 days without the kids were bloody so hard. You know. And, you know, that was the reason in the end that I just thought, you know, I can't do this. Went back, started my own thing. Yeah. So, you know, it was the very reason that I went to start my own thing was because I thought I can't work for somebody else beyond their time, away from my kids. You know, it was just bloody hard. Yeah. You know, you're missing shit. You know, you're missing...
I miss birthdays.
You missed your wife's birthday.
Yep.
Your son's birthday. I read that you missed a family friend's funeral.
Yep.
I mean, all these things you can't get that time back.
You can't.
How did you reconcile that? Were you just like, I've got to do this for me and my family?
Yeah, so we have weekly phone calls home. They were really good, but also really
It's
hard.
like bloody prison.
It
It's
is.
like,
Literally, writing
you
letters.
got your call.
He was
You're
writing
writing
letters.
letters?
Yeah, writing letters home, which
getting
I've
letters-
never done before.
You getting letters back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that was quite cool. You know, that's something I would take away from that experience. Like, we've never done that before. We've never had to. But the letters were great.
I bet. And how often were you
read them,
how
cry
often were
my
you,
eyes out.
oh, bless you. How often were you sending them? How often were you getting these
So
back?
you'd get letters after the boardroom. So that was a good thing. If you made it through the boardroom, you knew you was getting your letters.
Right.
So when you got your letters, it just made it all worthwhile. You know, you're reading everything, and when you're having the FaceTimes, they were very emotional. You know, we weren't actually speaking that much. We was just crying and just just doing what we could. But the letters, that was a part where me and Chloe could both write down exactly what we wanted to actually say.
Have you read them since?
I read them. Yeah, I read them when I first come back, and then I haven't read them since.
I wonder now, if you were to read them, how you'd reflect on them. Because I know it's not that much time passed, but lots of emotions, lots of things have changed, you know, lots of, like, there is water under the bridge, you know, it's basically business as usual again now.
Yeah.
You know, you were Dean on TV, Dean on The Apprentice, and now you're Dean the Family Man again.
Yeah.
Be interesting to read those, I think,
I
and
might
see,
have to read them back.
pull them out and see. It's like, Chloe, you said that you'd do this.
Yeah. So on here,
Yeah,
you write
it's
it down.
by, you know, this is law.
Yeah, no, they were great. The letters were really good.
So I guess there's when you know that you're through to next week, there is a happiness, but also there's a bit of a sadness as well to it.
Yeah. It was sort of like it was so hard because you knew you was through to the next week, which means you got to do another week. And there was times like me and Chloe would speak on FaceTime. I knew how badly she was struggling and the kids, and I'd be like, look, is this worth it? Do you want me to come on?
You said that.
We said that a few times.
Did you ever think that you'd quit?
Sometimes, yeah.
Did you ever tell her, look, I'm just coming home?
I think there was one time where I was actually really close, and I was saying to her, look, I'll just come home. You know, I don't know that I'm going to win this. I'll just come home.
Can you remember at what point you were in the stages?
This was quite late onto it, I think. Sort of going into like task 10, I think it was.
Right, okay,
around
so
there.
really getting towards the latter end.
Yeah.
Not many people have dropped out, have they, over the years? So,
No,
you know,
not many
it's happened. Katie Hopkins.
Especially that
people
far into it, you know, you're in
Yeah.
like touching distance of the final 5.
Yeah.
And that was always my goal.
And what was it, like, what happened? What was the spark that made you go, do you know what, I might just drop it?
It was just taking its toll on me.
Yeah.
You know, it was mentally and physically draining. Because you're not going, when you go back to the house, you're not resetting. You know, like you go home now, you're surrounded by your family, you reset, you go again the next day. There's none of that. You're going back to the house, there's other candidates there, you've still got to talk and you've still got to entertain. And it was just mentally, physically draining.
It felt like you had to be on all the time.
Your social battery was just drained. You just feel like you've got to be on. And it was a lot. And then you're going back, you're not sleeping right. No. You know, you're not in your own bed.
You're in a bedroom full of other people.
Yeah,
that's bloody weird. And like, you know, for a bloke in his 30s, that's weird for a start, right?
And you're sort of getting sent to bed as well. You're like, the production are like, right, guys, I suggest you go to bed.
No way.
Yeah.
What's it like in the house? Like, how much downtime do you have?
So you have one day after every task.
Right.
And that's your down day, where you get your phone calls home, you get your letters, you got to do your ironing, you got to do your washing. There's still a lot to do in that day. But yeah, the down days were good. You'd chill. We was in the cinema room all the time.
Yeah, what are you watching?
Yeah, we was watching. You're only allowed to watch Netflix. You can't watch normal TV.
Right, okay.
So we was just watching. We was binge watching everything, just movies after movies. We was watching. What series was it? I can't remember the name of the series now. Is it Yellow Jacket? It might. I don't know what it was. But they was watching Physical 100 as well.
Oh yeah, that was
quite good.
Everybody was like a tank in that.
Yeah, that was quite good.
Did you have a gym in there?
We had a gym.
Yeah?
Yeah, it weren't a massive gym. There weren't no weights or anything like that. Well, there was little tiny weights, but just a running machine and a treadmill and a bike.
See, and you can't otherwise train. You can't do like.
No.
Do you exercise much like, outside of?
Yeah,
business
I do like to go to the gym. Sauna and steam room. You know.
Yeah.
There was a steam room in there.
Oh, okay.
Which you weren't allowed to use.
Why?
But me and Liam did. We was in it most weeks.
Who did you get close to?
So me and Liam were really close.
Yeah.
You know, he's a local lad. We clicked straight away. We're very similar. I got along with everyone.
Yeah,
I got along
it
with
seemed like you
everyone.
did. Do you know what I mean?
It
As,
was-
as a viewer, it seemed like
Everyone was different, you know. Everyone was very different, but they was all good people. You know, some of them you might not want to work with them, but they're still good people.
I mean, that leads me to a question I don't really want to ask, but who didn't you want to work with?
Well, I think it's quite clear from like episode 1. Me and Carlo didn't see eye to eye, but he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I really do like Carlo.
Is Carlo the hair guy?
Carlo's the hair guy.
Carlo's the hair guy,
He's a
right.
top bloke.
Yeah.
but-
I guess you can instantly see why a producer would look at him and go, "Yeah, you're coming on."
Yeah.
Right? You know,
He's good
there's
stuff.
like
He's
a,
good TV.
a brashness.
Yeah, he's
you know,
great.
Yeah, but he's all right.
Yeah, he's good as gold.
And you've just been to the National Reality TV Awards.
Yeah,
There it is. Do you want to hold it up? I don't know if we can see it on the camera. Here it is.
Look at that.
You were nominated for the Best Male Personality.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was mad.
How did that come about?
Don't know. It just come about.
Yeah?
I just got an email saying that I've been nominated, and get people to vote. To be fair, I didn't really do much with it. I should have done more, but it's good. It's good to be involved. Good to
So
be,
is it
like,
then something
in
that is
category.
public vote?
It's public vote. Yeah.
Public vote. So I guess if you would have really pushed it,
Yeah. I mean, you're competing against Love Islanders.
it's all the Love Islanders with their tops off and their
Yeah,
their
I mean-
24 packs. So it's
Exactly
like, yeah, cool.
Exactly
Okay,
that.
how am I going to? But
But yeah, they got like 300,000 followers and stuff. How am I competing with that?
Frederick was there as well.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you've seen him since?
No. We've seen each other quite often. Yeah.
Nice. And how was
Yes.
that?
Yeah, good as gold. It was good to be with everyone. You know, they weren't everyone, but the selected few that were there.
Yeah. Because of course the show won Best Business
Best
Program.
business, yeah.
Best
Which is
business
good.
programme as well.
We got to go on stage, collect the award.
Nice. Was Alan there?
Nah, Lord Sugar weren't there. He was actually up for an award as well.
Me and him. That's why I call him Alan, because we like that, right?
I'm not even on
Lord
them
Sugar.
terms yet.
All right, I'm joking. Lord Sugar for the edit. So he wasn't quite there, but
No, Lord Sugar couldn't make it. He was on holiday, but he was up for best TV judge.
yes, and
He didn't win, but he did say to me, "If I win, can you collect my award?" Which was massive.
brilliant.
Yeah, massive for me.
nice. Was there a turning point for you during the process where you thought, "Do you know what? I've got this."
I always had that in the back of my head.
Yeah.
You know, every task. Come on, you've got this. You can do this. You can win. But then,
But everybody's thinking that, right?
Everyone's thinking that. So you just got to believe in yourself and just keep going. I had some really bad patches on there. A couple of times I thought I was going to get fired. A couple of times I scraped through.
During the boardroom, how many times?
6 or something.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
It's quite a
lot.
few.
Every time we lost a task, I got dragged back.
Why do you think that was?
I think it was a couple of things, really. I think a couple of people just wanted to try and get rid of me.
Right.
They knew I had heat on me, so they'd bring me back
Yeah.
as sort of like a scapegoat. So that's why I think on a couple of occasions I was brought back. I do believe the wrong person was brought back on a few times.
Yeah.
But what can you do? You can't do nothing.
If you
about
wouldn't have won, who would you have liked to have seen win?
it. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his business again?
So Jordan does the AI.
Right. Yes.
He
Yeah.
does
Of
all
course.
the,
the young Irish guy.
Yeah,
He's
he-
Irish?
He's Irish, yeah,
Yeah.
he's Irish. He does all the 3D animation. So he create an advert out of nothing. He's good. Like he's good what he does, and he's 21.
Yeah.
Like,
I
he's
remember
so
him being
young.
young. Yeah.
And he's so good. You know, he can speak really well. He presents himself really well. He should have really won if I didn't.
You were the first outright male winner since 2015. Mm-hmm. So I know there was another male winner when 2 people won
Yep.
in 2017, but
That don't count.
I don't count them. So first outright male in basically 9-10 years.
Yeah.
What does that tell you about the process? Or do you just think, is it do women deal with the stress better?
Probably.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a difference, or
Yeah. Well, it's always the way, isn't it? There's always
seems to be.
a lot more girls in the final or in the final
the
5.
evidence kind of suggests that they do?
I think girls are just better at sort of pitching and speaking than blokes in general.
Were you a fan of it before you applied?
Always been a fan.
Yeah.
Always been a fan of the show.
What are your favourite seasons or favourite characters?
I like Tom Skinner, obviously. You know,
Yeah, Skinner, mate.
he's a local guy.
Local boy.
Yeah.
You used to have a massive Essex off. If you see,
I think he'll be up for that as well. Yeah.
have you met?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, good guy.
So I've got a good story about him, actually.
Go on.
So Tom Skinner, he launched his Bosch Golf driver.
Yes.
He launched that 3 or 4 years ago. Anyways, they reached out and they said, "Do I want to sponsor a hole?" So we get a 4-ball, sponsored a hole, great bit of advertising for us. I said, "Yeah, no worries. We play golf." So we went down there, and on the 18th, he had closest to the pin, wins a car. A3 convertible, had all balloons on it, looked the nuts. Anyways, we end up winning the car. So we won the car for Tom Skinner. But yeah, it wasn't until we got the car we realised how bad it was.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It had 140,000 miles on it, had dents all around it. I got in it, opened the glove box fell on the floor.
Right.
It was a bag of crap.
Yeah.
It was, and honestly, I think we sold it the next day because it was just.
How much you get?
We got about $1,000 on it.
What reg are we talking?
Oh, 50. I can't remember. That's what it was.
brilliant.
53 plate or something. We had it like a week. We just
That's
sold
amazing.
It sat in the car park for 5 of them days. Literally.
Did you even drive it?
We drove it home, and that's it. That's it.
It managed to get you home.
Yeah,
That's probably like Del Boy, isn't
I
it?
took the roof off and drove it home, and that's it.
Well, that was a convertible, yeah?
Yeah, convertible.
That's
Audi
amazing.
A3.
Yeah.
But we won a car.
You did win a car
Yeah.
in a golf tournament. Nice. So, I mean, does it mean anything to you that you're the first male outright winner for 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's good.
like
It's
bragging
a
rights, right?
Great achievement, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
And I don't think there's a lot of, I'm the first trade person to win it for a very long time as well.
I think
know
probably
Joseph,
since then, I think Joseph won it in
Joseph
2015,
Valente won it,
so-
and he was a plumber, wasn't he? Yeah. So that was the last tradesperson to ever win it. Yeah. And I think it speaks massive volumes for the trade. Yeah. Not just my trade, all the trades.
Why does that matter?
Because a lot of people just see them as tradesmen. They're like, look down their nose at trades. Whereas in fact, I can guarantee it, I know more tradesmen out there that are millionaires than office buds.
Yeah.
And just because you ain't wearing a suit, don't mean you don't know nothing about business. Tradesmen in themselves, they're running a business. Even if it is just a one-man band. Yeah. They're still doing their VAT returns. They're still doing their invoicing. They're doing all the paperwork side. So I think they know more about business than people in suits.
So they're the real entrepreneurs. Really.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
100%.
as you said, we all need tradespeople.
Yeah.
You know, like I talk about AI quite a bit, and obviously I've just sold a PR agency, so in and around media, PR, communications, AI has impacted that in a big way.
Yeah.
AI is not going to change what you do. AI is not going to impact.
You
still need an
soldiers on
electrician.
the ground,
you still need a plumber. You still need, all these people. And I think that's, in this world where it is expensive to go to uni, people are going to uni not really knowing what they're going to do.
Yeah.
In 3 years' time, and that's okay. But also, it's an expensive way to get to.
It is. You come out, you got massive debt to pay back, and you're starting on your back foot.
So, how would somebody go about getting into a trade if they never, if they don't know anything about it?
Yeah, come out and find an apprenticeship. Find a company.
It's all about apprenticeships.
Yeah,
is it?
definitely.
Where would you find one?
Anywhere. Just contact any company if they're offering apprenticeships.
Yeah,
great. I mean, colleges are offering them.
Yeah.
I mean, you need.
So you'd go down the college route, is that?
Yeah. So you need to have your college MVQs, and you need to have the on-site experience. So I think if you find the right company that offers that, it's a great package. You're not on great money at the start, but you will work your way up, and there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
I mean, do you get taught as you're going along? Do you think those kind of tenets of entrepreneurship, like do you pick those things up along the way from the people you're learning from?
I don't know where I learnt it. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if it was my dad. He was always buying and selling stuff, and I sort of maybe liked that.
Yeah. What was he buying and selling? Just stuff in the paper?
Just stuff, yeah. So originally, this is going back ages now. Do you remember The Loot? I spoke about this on another
The Loot,
podcast.
yeah, you did, yeah.
The Loot, yeah. It's a paper version of Marketplace.
Yeah, we had Trade It was where we were from, but no, it's a similar type thing, it's a paper.
It'd come out once a week, and there'd be all these listings on there. And that's what
a paper for the younger listeners is something.
Yeah, like a newspaper. But yeah, I would wait at the corner shop, buy The Loot, come home, and I'd just be scanning it for any sort of bargains I think I could buy. And like I said before, I was buying Nintendo 64s when they first come out. I was keeping the games and selling the games separate, selling the consoles, breaking it down, selling controllers. I was always selling.
Who are you selling to? Schoolmates?
I was putting it back on the Loot, just
okay.
relisting it the next week. And
yeah. What, chucking 20 quid on?
I was 20 quid back then was a lot of money.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I was always mobile phones, always buying and selling mobile phones, petrol scooters, mini motorbikes, quad bikes.
What's the most money you've made in, let's say, a month? How old were you when you were doing this?
Oh, I was in my teenagers. Yeah, I was a teenager.
14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. What sort of money were you making?
Not a great deal, but when we first went on to our first boys' holiday, I paid for that in cash straight away.
Right.
My mates had to save up for ages, and I don't know where they got the money from. I always had, it weren't a lot of money, but I always had money. So yeah, bought my first car, cash, and just, I was the first one driving. And back then, you was paying more money for your insurance than you was your car.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, it was expensive then, but you look back now, it's peanuts.
So how long did you do that for? Until you?
I've just always done it. Always done that.
You're not still doing it. You're not still selling N64s now, are you?
No, I'm selling air conditioning units. Yeah, I was still selling bits. Yeah, I'm always chopping and trading vans, cars, trucks, whatever.
Yeah, that's the same for me. I was that kid that would sell copied PlayStation games. Take it, we go to the. This is awful, but I think there's a statute of limitations. I don't think I can get in any trouble now. But 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. I mean, Christ, 20 plus.
PlayStations,
chip PlayStations, mate. PS2.
That's where the money was.
It really was. You go to the market, you get 5 for a tenner.
Yeah.
Copy. I literally had lists of them. Take them into school. Teachers were buying. VCDs as well, back in before DVDs were really. So you've just got, and I remember people coming back and it's buyer beware, man. That's what I'd say. I'll say, listen, if I'm copying a VCD for you and it's shit quality, don't be coming back to me. No refunds.
You didn't get a receipt.
But be doing that at school, and I think it does. It shows. I mean, we both ended up with businesses, and and I think selling starts then.
Yeah,
you're like,
I think I've always just been addicted to the money. Like you start earning money, and you think,
I don't mind if I make a fiver or much more.
Yeah,
it's the sell. It's the sell, isn't it? It's the fun of going, hey, I've got this thing.
Yeah. Even in school, we was playing penny up the wall.
Right. What's penny up the wall?
You don't know. I don't know penny up the wall. We'll have to have a game after. Right. So you throw a pound. Yeah. We'd play pounds, 50p's, whatever. You throw a pound up the wall, and whoever gets closest wins the money.
Is this how you got good enough to win a shit Audi A3? Here we go. There's a correlation.
Similar to that. Yeah. So yeah, penny up the wall was a great game. Right. And I remember I used to go to school, my mum would give me my lunch money. I'd come back with a pocket full of change, and that'd just do me for the week.
Brilliant.
Like Pokemon cards, trading them. Yeah. Anything that was relevant in that time, I was buying and selling.
I remember my first mobile phone was, I think, 20 quid. A WrestleMania VCD, I just downloaded off of Aries or Napster or whatever it was at the time. Downloaded, sold that. Shamefully, some downloaded porn as well for this kid. He was like, Rich, I want this, and
you're still selling it.
Probably should, given this age verification stuff. You probably make some money on it. We should look at that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, me. What am I talking about? I have no idea. It was 20 quid, a couple of things, a couple of copied things, and that was my first phone, 3330. It was a 3330.
I remember all them, the 3310s with the changeable faces.
Mate, they were great.
That's what I was buying.
Polyphonic ringtones.
Yeah, then you had the Samsung D500s.
You got to be careful, because we're going to sound like old men in a minute.
Yeah.
They were the good phones. They were. Talk to me about the interview stage. Everybody wants to talk about the interview stage, where you're all, it's the, how many of you is it? It's the 5 of you.
Final 5.
The final 5.
That's the goal, isn't it? To make it to the interviews.
You want to make
talk about your business.
Yes.
What you know, and you'd think you'd be really good at it.
You think, right? Because you know your business inside out.
Yeah.
But people seem to crumble. Even the best of people crumble. Yeah. And what is it? Is it do they put something in the air? Is it just they want to put you under stress?
Yeah, I reckon there's definitely something in the air. Because I crumbled so bad.
Because when I was watching you, I was like, he's going to absolutely nail this. He knows his business, surely. I
went up there so confident. Yeah. So confident.
Who was the first person you saw?
Mike.
Mike was the first.
Oh, mate, that's me a new one.
That's how you bloody fall apart, isn't it?
Mate, I don't know what happened. As soon as I sat in the chair, I just went blank.
Right.
I had nothing. I couldn't even get a sentence out of my mouth. And I knew what was going to come out of my mouth was just going to be complete rubbish. But Mike knew that as well. And he just
climate control. Climate control.
Stuck on climate control. Meant to say climate change.
Of course.
I don't know why I went down that route of trying to sort of impress him by talking about these things. I should have just kept it straight to the point. People need we sell air conditioning. We do it in people's homes. Yeah. Come at me. But I didn't. I tried to be clever. Tried to be someone I'm not, trying to talk about climate change and stuff like that. And that's where I come on.
There's a lesson there, right?
Exactly that. And that's one of my sayings as well. Don't try and be someone you're not. Always say it to people. You like for next year's contestants, if you go on there and you're trying to be someone, you're not going to win because that's not who you are. So don't fake it. Be yourself. And that's what I should have done in that moment. Just spoke about what I know, not trying to confuse things by talking about climate change and just biting off more than I can chew, because that's what I've done, and that's where I made a mistake.
And I mean, he did do you, didn't he, with the thing?
That was great.
how do you reflect on that?
That was
Like, do you
great.
think
I
it's,
loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I think any tradespeople watching, I think most people watching would have gone, he's just having a laugh. Like,
Boys will be boys. You know,
Right.
this goes back to my cheeky sort of side. You know, I was a lovable rogue, and sticking on an air conditioning unit. Is
so you did it. You were the one to. You were the one to. Yeah.
There's a few on my page actually.
Right.
I'm lucky they only found one.
Are they still there?
Yeah, still
Are
there.
they?
Yeah. You know what? I was working in a shop,
Yeah.
and we do like this guy. He's got a couple of. It's become a thing. We sort of go now every time we do an install here, we stick on there. It's
Just leave it for him to take off.
Yeah, it's just good, and the people on the internet love it. You put
Yeah.
it on Instagram, it goes a bit mad. People find it funny. It's a bit of humour in it. It ain't like we're working in a church,
No.
you know, or we're working around someone's house, and I've fanned it and stuck it on. It's completely different.
Rummaging through their drawers.
Yeah, yeah.
I know what you've got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Photo of your aircon unit.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
mind
I
I put it on
know what
Instagram.
you're saying. I think sometimes, and that's again a really nice lesson. And I forgive me for cherry picking these as you go along, but it is like just again being yourself, but also not taking yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
Is quite an important thing in business. Again,
Just having a bit of fun. Isn't
I
it?
worry towards the latter years of me running my agency. I kind of lost that. I used to prank everybody, and and that's a problem when you're a boss
Yeah.
because HR, right? I am HR,
Yeah.
but at that point in time, but grievances can go different places. So when I was employed, I used to do a lot more silly pranks and things like that. But I think I lost that fun. I lost that sense of silliness. Because COVID, post-COVID, all that running the company, the stress of it, the furloughing, all of that.
I think the world's gone a bit soft as well. You know, you can't have fun no more. Everyone's like got something bad to say. Oh yeah, this could have happened if you'd have done that, and it's just like they always pick the bad out of it.
So when he brought it up, like I'm trying to remember exactly how you reacted.
I laughed.
You laughed, didn't you? Yeah, because you're trying to
It
make
was a
light
funny
of it. It's a
situation.
and he's there stunning. I can't do the face he does.
Yeah.
That's the most serious. Like,
Mike's good.
Yeah.
Mike is good. Yeah. When he pulled it out and he showed me, oh my god, I didn't know how to react, so I'm just gonna laugh.
I mean, I'd have it up on the wall here, mate.
Yeah.
That's what I'd have. I'd have
gonna
it
get
up.
one printed
Yeah,
off.
get one printed, get it framed. Because it's again, it is a. You look at it and go, it's not taking yourself too seriously. It's having fun while doing it because you can succeed while.
Yeah, I was gonna run a
Being
promotion
yourself.
on it. Buy an air conditioning unit, get a free.
I feel like you should do that. I feel like that's a good idea.
Listen, if it works, it works.
During COVID, one of my ideas. So I've done lots of creative stunts and PRE things. One of my things I wanted to do, and I couldn't get it off the ground, was obviously you have to stay 2 meters apart,
Yeah.
and that meant people in early stages of relationships. But unless that you chose that person as your person, so I picked up the phone to a silicon company and asked if they could make a 2 meter.
Did they do it?
Well, he was like, "What girth, sir?" And I went, "I don't know, normal." And my girlfriend's there listening to me on the phone, and she's like, "What the hell are you talking?" I'm like, "I'm just trying to do so." I tried to sell it into like Love Honey and all these companies, thinking they'd think it was like obviously it's a bit of fun. It's a PR stunt during a time when nobody's getting any coverage for anything because people can't do anything really. I thought let's be a bit lighthearted, and nobody would buy it. Literally, so I went to Love Honey. I went to all the experience day kind of buy a gift type places, but they're all a little bit sensible, and maybe it's a shit idea, but it made me laugh because it's like the idea of a 2 meter.
It's funny. If you don't find that funny, well,
It
you
made
can
me
find
laugh.
it funny. And that's what I was trying to do with. It's a bit of
Yeah.
PR, It's trying to be different from other people. No one else has done it.
You got to cut through noise, and
Exactly that.
how many aircon companies are there out there?
Oh, loads.
Right.
But none of them have stuck a dildo on an air.
None of them have done that. It is, you want to make a name for yourself, you have to do something that other people haven't done before. And I'm not saying it's that, but I think, again, PR hat on, you gotta have fun with stuff.
Yeah.
What does life look like now since the cameras have stopped rolling?
At the moment, it's head down, work.
Yeah.
That's literally how it's been for the last 6-7 months since the show. Just been focusing on expanding the business, controlling it, making it run a bit more smoother. There's been a lot that's happening. There ain't been any downtime. It's just been
Literally none. So as soon as you came out, you were straight back to it. And you got a business partner?
Yeah, got a business partner, Alex.
Yeah, Alex. And was he supportive of your going on the show?
Yeah, he had to run the company when I was away.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
It's good to have someone like that, because when you're not here, you need someone to fall into your position. But me and Alex are both the same. He's my business partner,
Did he not fancy it?
It's not a bit of him.
It's not?
It's not a bit of him.
Right, okay.
But yeah, he's good stuff. And you got to trust somebody. I'm trusting Alex with my life, and he trusts me with his So it works well for both of us.
Nice. And I mean, I guess when you were thinking about leaving, was he in your mind as well?
Well, essentially, I'm doing it for everyone. It ain't just me that I'm doing it for. You know, I'm doing it for Alex, Amy. I'm doing it for Chloe. I'm doing it for his family and mine. Yeah. So yeah, they were very supportive of Chloe when I was away. You know, they were the ones going around to helping her through the situation, because they were dealing with it as well. Like, they were dealing with all the work. So Amy and Chloe, they were working non-stop.
Well, did they find that business picked up as soon as you were obviously you're
it
in
was
it?
Summer as well.
Right, summer. You're on it. Episodes coming. You know, week by week, people are presumably find ADL. You know, and then you're getting a little bit more work as a result of that.
Yeah.
And you know, did it peak around the finale, or is it peaked since?
Yeah, it's peaked since then. Yeah, it's just been mad. It's just been too much as well. But that's good. That's what I wanted. I'm not going to complain about that. I just got to figure out a way of dealing with it.
Well, and it's only residential you do, isn't it? Residential and commercial.
We do it all. It all, but I'll just mainly focus on the residential side of things.
So I think the numbers are 5% of people have aircon, 5% of buildings have aircon. Is that right?
Yeah. 8% of the UK residents have air conditioning. Right. So I mean, there's still a massive 92% that don't.
Why don't they?
Good question. I think people are scared that it's how it used to be. Right. It's expensive, it's noisy, it's ugly, where in fact it's not. There's good-looking units, very, very quiet, almost silent, and it's not as expensive as you think, you know? And I think people want to be comfortable in their own home, you know? People are paying to have all sorts of works done now. People are having saunas put in, home gyms, you know? People want to live comfortable at home. I
guess a lot of people are working from home, right? So they need that. They need a bit more comfort in their home.
Yeah, and why are you suffering? Why are you suffering in the summer?
Well, I mean, we've had it in the last few weeks, right? Where I'm never one to moan. You know, if the weather's nice, I genuinely don't think I ever have. If the weather's nice and I'm dripping, I'm like, it's going to be bloody pissing down next week. So, you know, just enjoy it while it's nice.
Yeah. But if you're not sleeping at night, you know, it gets to a point where you think, is it worth it?
I had a fan on all night, literally at me last night. You know, so
it weren't even hot last night.
No, I know. So exactly, it's one of those things we probably should do. It's a bit of a
no-brainer. And what I say to people is, would you live without heating? You wouldn't. So why are you living without cooling?
Yeah, but are people's arguments that it's not hot that much of the year compared to how cold it is in the UK?
It's not. But it does so much more than just cooling. So it does heating as well.
When you said that on the show, I was like, why don't people focus on that?
Exactly that.
I had no idea.
Exactly that. And a lot of people don't. And air conditioning does heating, cooling. It's got dehumidifier. It purifies the air, cleans the air. It's a bit of an all-rounder. Now, why are people stuck with their old radiators on the wall? They're ugly radiators that are just radiating a little bit of heat. They don't kick out that much. I know they can warm up a home, but they're not great. They're not energy efficient. And air conditioning, essentially, will save you money. They're so cheap to run, it's a joke. They're A++ rated, so they're brilliant. You know, you will see a return on your investment, because that's essentially what it is.
I love this. How many times have you done that?
This is my pitch.
This is your pitch.
Pitch.
Listen, I'm buying 10. How many times do you reckon you've done that?
Said that exact line.
Yeah. I'm the same again. When I was selling agency stuff, it's like, you know, you can do it. You can literally do it in your sleep, can't you? But it, you know, it's because you've got it down to, this is why you need it. This is, you know, this
that's
is what
it. It's a need. It's an essential. It's not a luxury no more. It's not. And I think people are realising now that it does do all these things, and it's not as expensive as what they think.
You're seeing all the memes about Americans coming to the UK. Do you see all that across like Instagram when it gets hot? And Americans are like, you know, like, it's not too hot here. What are you talking about? You should be in Miami. And it's like, Jesus, this is different.
Yeah, every other country's got it. Yeah. Like, so why ain't we?
That's a funny thing. What's one moment from filming that you wish, that never made it to air, that you wish did?
There was a lot of things that I'd done where I thought, that's going to be good. Yeah, a lot of good things. And they weren't kept in. I don't know for what reason. I know they filmed so much. They got to cram it down into this little tiny slot, you know, and that's not just one day. There's multiple days there. They got now put into this hour slot, but then they take out the adverts, the boardroom. It's like all this stuff just gets crammed down. So all the stuff you think that they're going to show don't actually get showed. It's hard for me to pinpoint something exactly, but yeah, the song episode 2, I didn't get enough credit for that. I wrote most of them lyrics.
Really?
Yeah. Me and Chizola wrote the whole song.
Right.
Chisola wrote the chorus.
Can you remember
and
it?
the hook. I can remember.
Go on then.
I'm not singing that.
No?
My heart beats for success. Look at me in this dress. Yeah. That was all done pretty much by me and Chisola. And I didn't get enough credit for it.
What do you think? So it was
No,
early.
it
It was
just sort of
early
got
on.
skipped.
Was it just
Yeah, it
skipped
was early
over?
on, and I weren't really in that episode that much, which I felt was a bit bad because they didn't actually play the whole song. They only played
Yes.
the main bit.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And
Now you
so,
said that,
my
look at me in this
lyrics,
dress.
they got missed, and they were good lyrics.
Alternately, what was shown that you wish never was?
The interview?
They had to show that.
Yeah,
Come
they
on.
had to show that. But I had my good parts with Mike as well.
Yeah.
So they only showed the bad parts, but I did actually recover from it. Right. And I did actually do half decent. Yeah. I wouldn't say I've done good, but there was a good part in there where I thought, I hope they show that. Right. And that was just with Mike. With the others, I breezed through them.
They were all right.
So Linda, Claude, and Claudine, great interviews. I actually smashed them. I actually thought I'd done really well. But they didn't really show that much. But it depends what they're trying to sort of paint the picture.
I mean, I feel like all they want to show in that episode is conflict and failure and all that to build you then back up again.
That's it.
For
they want to show
the
the down
final
and
two,
then the
right?
up.
Yeah, it's like it's a narrative. This is old as time, right? It's like challenge. Now he's going to succeed.
Yeah.
So they can't show you doing really well because then you go.
That's it. They can't. They can't.
And that's probably the episode most people, other than the finale, most people look forward to that episode, right? So for
get
those very
grilling.
reasons, you know,
you want to see someone get a good
I want to see you
grilling.
get grilled. Like I'm trying to think of other kind of famous ones over the years where Claude or Mike or somebody's really put somebody
he
over the
normally
coals.
buys their website and their domain, doesn't he? He's normally
That's the stuff. That's the basic stuff. He's like, so you got this number on your website, it doesn't work anymore. And it's like it's just embarrassing stuff. That's what it almost looked like they're going out to embarrass you, which is why it's funny that he went out to try and embarrass you and you just laughed.
I think I've done the embarrassing part for him. I embarrassed myself, where I got stuck on climate control and just kept saying climate control and I couldn't get it out of my head and I couldn't think of the word. And it was just, I just crumbled.
So for you, aircon was like, is it something you love?
Yeah. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I am obsessed with what I do. And that's why I think I'm so driven and passionate about it, because of my obsession for the air conditioning industry. I do think that I just want to wake people up, have it installed. Why are you not having it installed? Have it installed now, because in the future it's going to be more and more expensive. So that's my main thing. And it is a strong opinion of mine. I just want to get that across. Yeah. It does more than cooling. Talking
about the business, there were stories about you not having the right certification for a period of time, kind of once you were incorporated through to now. Said, ADL did not hold the necessary certification from its formation in May 20 until October 2021. Now, I mean, let's remember, May 20, we're talking COVID. Exactly. October 2021, we're still in and around COVID, right? Lockdowns are happening, I think, still around then. Is all that put to bed now? And do you feel like you've had your say on this? Because the Sun, the Mail, they've all gone in.
They've all gone in. Yeah. They've all got this little bit of evidence and they've run with it. And they think they know the whole story where they don't.
Like Mike. Thought a little bit of evidence, still don't want to think, I'm going to run with it.
And he's just digging. But that's the same with the newspapers, They've got a little something on me and they're just blasting it all over the papers. But to set it straight, that was during COVID when we started the company. I didn't know the pandemic was going to happen. So we started the company in 2020 when lockdown hit. Obviously, there was a lot of time where we weren't working, but we didn't actually start trading until 2021. So they're saying, there's like a 17-month period where that's actually not true. So the company might not have had the license, but we weren't trading. We just bought the company from Company's House.
Right. So when did you start trading in 2021?
So in 2021, I've got all the paperwork there, which I've got to send back to them.
So it's still ongoing, is it? They're still...
It's nothing to worry about. There is no 200 grand fine,
That's the thing. It's like per incident. Because, I kind of fell down a hole on Reddit where people are like, well, there must be this many infractions, and people just guess.
People do. People judge, and they read the newspapers and they take it for gospel, where you shouldn't do that. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't read and believe everything you read and see. Especially on the news, especially the Sun and the Mail. But I'm still sorting it. There is no 200 grand fine. So for everyone worried about the investment going straight to the fund,
That's
it's not
what
the
people are
case.
saying. No wonder he needed
Yeah,
250 grand.
yeah.
It's like, oh no. So I mean, is the 250 grand being spent?
No,
No,
no.
still sat
So
there.
I've done exactly what I said I was going to do. On the show, I said, look, this is what I need the money for, but this is what I want to win for. You know, it's because I need you on board to help me do this, do that, put me in front of the right people, get me open doors that would never normally be open for me. And that's essentially what's happened. The money was already a successful business, you know, it was already earning good money. So we didn't actually need the money. We have used it.
Yeah.
You know, we've got a new office, we've got 7 vans now out there, more guys, more engineers. You know, we have used it, but it's business. The money's there, then it's there, then it's there.
On Lord Sugar and the doors he's opened and all those things, you said, I honestly believe me and Lord Sugar are very similar. This is early stage. It's on the BBC Apprentice website, you know, pre episode 1. I think we're very similar. I can relate to a lot of things he's said and done in the past. Now you know him better. Do you still see those similarities?
More.
Really?
Yeah. Even
In what
more.
way?
Just everything about him, you know, just from his upbringing. I've read his book, you know, I can relate to everything he said in his book. And he knew his business inside and out. He says it. Yeah, I know every single nut and bolt of my business, and that's the same with me. Yeah. I know every single nut and bolt. I know how much every single item costs and how much we're earning and what's this and what's that. And that's how you have to be with a business. And like when I don't know, just when I read his book, everything is just so relatable. Everything just hits home. But yeah, he even said it himself. You know, I see a lot of myself in you. That's what he said to me, and that's massive for me.
Yeah. That must be really validating.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's good. You know, I look up to him, and he's in a position where I'd love to be one day. So yeah, just.
So do you see him as a mentor or a mate?
Yeah, a bit both.
Bit of both.
Bit of both.
Do you think he'd say the same thing, that he's?
I'd hope so.
You'd hope so.
I'd hope so.
I mean, on that note, you've talked about chatting to him on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Is that weird? Or
Nah,
is it
not
decreasingly
so much.
so?
Yeah, it was at the start.
Yeah.
At the start, you know, when you see Lord Sugar pop up, it does get a bit scary.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh, am I going to get fired? Or you start to get a bit scary. But no, it's good. You know, it's good when he rings and I chat to him and pop down to the office because they're only in Latin. So they're
okay.
They're only like 20 minutes down the road.
Right.
So I pop in there now and again. If he's in there, he's in there. He's normally all over the world.
Yeah, essentially the new normal for you is to get a call from him or to get a WhatsApp message.
Yeah.
What's the last WhatsApp message he sent you?
I think it was me actually. I sent him some number plates that I liked.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
What do you mean? For the vans?
Well, for one for me and one for him.
Yeah.
One was you hired and one was you fired. So, but no, they're not for him.
Yeah, as it nice. What surprised you about him behind the scenes?
What surprised me behind the scenes? Nothing really. He's exactly the same how he is in the boardroom. It's just less intense. Yeah. You know, we'd sit there, we'd have a chat like this about the business, and there's no sort of.
He's got to have a fake. He's got to have a presence, hasn't he? He's got to. You know, how many times is he pointing the finger? Like, you know, how many takes is that?
Yeah.
You know,
no, that's one take.
So all one take.
The boardroom's one take. The boardroom's
really?
Off the cuff. Whatever happens in the boardroom happens. There's no retakes. That's done.
Really? Okay, interesting.
The boardroom's good.
Yeah.
The boardroom's good in that sense.
So behind the scenes, he's no different.
No different.
I mean, I'm not surprised, to be honest, because he's very much a heart on his sleeve. What you see is what you get kind of person.
You know, and if something's not going right, he'll say, right, let's do this, let's do that. You know, he's trying to help out where he can and come up with all new ideas, which I think is great. But it's good to have that conversation, you know, just to have them ideas getting thrown across the table, you know, back and forths. Like, should we do this? Should we do that? No, do this, do that. And then that's what makes it work.
I mean, how many investments is that? Obviously, some of the earlier ones exited or whatever. So, but there's still a chunk of investments there through the company, through the program.
Yeah.
So obviously, that's a lot of himself to split across, plus his own business across a lot of people. So I mean, how much time do you think you get with him?
You have your monthly meetings, but it's his team you're mainly dealing with, which are very good. His team are the best of the best, and you're getting to use them.
And what sort of stuff are they helping with?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Marketing, websites, inquiries, you name it, they've got it. Accounts, like everything.
Has he given you any advice that you've ignored?
No.
You're taking it all on board.
Yeah, it's not any advice I've ignored. You know, I always take it in. Yeah. If I don't agree with it, I'll mention it and we'll talk about it. Yeah. There's not been anything we've disagreed with at the moment.
Right.
You know, everything's pretty straightforward. We're doing really well. It's just about how we're coping with all these new inquiries and all this workload. Well,
that's the thing, isn't it? I guess it's to then support you through that next stage of growth.
Yeah.
Which is quite a scary scale of growth.
It is.
You know, where you're employing more people, you've got all these things and all these pies, and you're like, okay, well, processes, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, and we've really only just met. I feel like you're possibly similar to me. I'm not brilliant with processes. I'm quite a...
well, it's new to you, isn't it? You know, it's learning as you're going along. And there's nothing wrong with it, because how are you meant to... You can't learn this stuff and then expect it all to go that way. You know, everything in business, it goes how it goes. You don't know. And it's sort of a learning curve. You just got to take each step as it comes and deal with it as and when it comes.
Do you still chat to any other candidates?
So I chat to Liam all the time.
Yeah.
Frederick, Jana, Chizola, Amber Rose, Mia, they're all good people. We're all in a WhatsApp groups. You know, there's a WhatsApp group with everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're the main sort of people I talk to on a daily basis.
And how are they all doing? Anything exciting going on?
All doing really well, actually. Yeah. They're all doing good. They're all doing their own thing. It's good to see, you know, good to see everyone coming off the show and taking the advantage from it and running with it. Because that's what you got to do. Because you've only got this small gap, this small window of opportunity to capitalise on that.
Yeah, because I mean, when's the next series on? Like, it starts probably February, right? So, you know, you've essentially got, you know, finals in April. So April, May. Yeah. So you've really got that 9 months just you know, squeeze. That's
it. It's not it's a quick turnaround.
It is quite a quick turnaround, yeah. But you know, I guess you've got those contestants that do step outside of just being an apprentice contestant. Yep. Have you been asked to go on any of the, you know, celebrity type things?
Yeah. So I'm going on to one in a couple of months. Actually, I can't say what it is.
Okie dokie.
But
right.
It's a quiz show.
Okay.
So
nice.
Something different.
Yeah.
Something new. Something good.
I guess you'd be great on those panel show, the comedy panel shows and all that sort of thing. Have you been asked to go on any of those?
I haven't yet.
Yeah. I feel like you'd be, you know,
to be fair,
up for a laugh on it.
Like I say, I've been keeping my head down.
Yeah.
I've not been interested in anything like that.
But that's the hard balance to strike, isn't it? Because that stuff helps the business.
Yeah.
But also head down helps the business possibly more. So
can't be
it's
in
trying
two
to find the balance.
And this is what the great thing about having Alex is, that he can help me do that. I can go off and do these things, which helps the business, and he can help run the business.
How did you two meet, by the way? You and Alex?
At our apprenticeship. So we've done our apprenticeship pretty much together.
Yeah. Very often with founders, you have complementary skills.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're good at one thing, he's better at another. Like, you know, what's he good at that you're not?
We're both pretty much very similar, but totally opposite, like you're saying. So he's a lot calmer than me. I'll try and run where he would walk. Right. You know, I want to go for these big jobs and get all these people and hire all this stuff. And he'd be like, "Oh, hold on a minute, let's just take it slow, do this, do that," which is a good thing, because then we sort of compromise. We meet in the middle, and then it's not too risky, but it's good enough. So yeah, I think that's a good compromise. You know, you need a yin and a yang.
So where do you see the business and you in, let's say, 5 years?
I said this in another podcast. It's hard to sort of put a number or figure or anything like that. How can you predict them things in 5 years' time? You don't know what's around the corner. You know, I didn't expect to have 14 guys. You know, on the show I was like, yeah, we get a couple of vans. I have 2 vans, a couple of engineers. Now we've got 7 vans out, and we've got 14 engineers. So it's just like, wow, I didn't expect that. And if we keep going, there's nothing stopping us from going national and covering the whole of the UK.
And I guess that's the next big step, is to be national.
That's
have big coverage.
Step. Yeah, that is. The system needs to be so lucrative, where the inquiries come in and they're getting dealt with really quickly, efficiently, and to a good standard.
Now, talk to me about like a ridiculous ambition. You know, what's ridiculous to you? If you're like, success, like this would be crazy success, exiting the business and doing, or, building. Like, you know, what's like a mad idea of success to you?
I don't know. A mad idea of success is probably Lord Sugar's position. You know,
how do you get there from where you are? Like, what are the steps?
Keep going. You know, keep going. He started off like me. Yeah. So why can't I get as big? Especially when I got him backing me up. Yeah. You know,
showing you the mistakes that he made, didn't make,
exactly,
things he did or didn't do.
He tells you what not to do.
Yeah.
Instead of what to do.
Is there a group of you all, the Apprentice winners, that are kind of, you know, have you got a WhatsApp group of winners?
No, I've spoke to a few of the winners. Yeah. I've met a few of them as well. They're all good stuff.
What about a kind of, I don't know if they do this like Christmas or something, an Apprentice where you bring back all the winners?
This is what I said.
Right.
I said they should do a grand finale.
Here we go.
The Apprentice winners, and then see what happens. You know,
See-
because I think
see who's what.
they've done a celebrity version.
Yeah.
So
Yes, of course. Yeah.
why not do a winners version?
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
You think you'd win?
I don't know. There's some good.
Who's up there? Let's think about it. Who's up there that you think
You've
could?
got Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin. Yeah, I mean he's done very well, hasn't he?
He smashed it. He has smashed it. Dr. Leigh.
Yeah.
Even if they just done a one sort of series, one sort of episode, you know, just to see what happens.
So
I think
you
it'd
want to see
be-
that happen? 'Cause I want to see that happen.
Yeah, I wanna see
I
that
think this should happen.
Why not? Like, they're missing a trick there, in my opinion.
Yeah, do a charity thing or
Exactly
like
that. Do a charity
yeah.
thing. All the winners back. Fight it out. See who's the ultimate winner.
Yeah, I like. I mean, it's obviously the 20th series this year.
Yep.
This next year on the 19th.
Yep.
So it's the 20th. So I mean, you know, again, PR head on. Always looking for anniversary hooks.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Or finish it. Finish it on a winners version.
Yeah. Do you reckon? I mean, how long do you reckon it's gonna keep going? Because I mean, it's one of those formats where people talk about it and they're like, oh, it's it's been going so long now. Does it need to change? And it hasn't changed in a very long time. It's been
Yeah.
essentially the same thing throughout.
Yeah, I reckon there's going to be 3 more.
What makes you say that? As Lord Sugar said, Dean, there's going to be 3 more.
No, I just reckon there's going to
Why?
be 3 more. Because from just taking a wild guess. Just taking a guess.
22. That doesn't. Yeah.
22 is a nice number.
Yeah. Where does that get us to? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's such a ratings winner still.
It is.
People.
It's such a good TV series. I think The Apprentice might carry on, but I don't know if Lord Sugar would want to still be involved.
It's a long
in
time
3
to
years'
do
time.
that one gig.
I don't think he's got any plans of retiring, so
Doesn't seem
he
to,
might
right?
he might want to keep
How old is he
going.
now?
I think he's 78.
Right.
I think he's 78.
Yeah.
But yeah, he enjoys it. You know,
Yeah.
you can see it. He loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's exciting.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's proper exciting.
Curiosity. For me, a big part of doing this is I don't know anything about aircon.
Yeah.
You know loads. Like I'm curious. I don't why is it so important? And I know it sounds daft, but I think one of my oldest friends, and when I say oldest, he's 72, 73. No, 72. He's met him at the gym. So we were like trainers together. Like
That's
cool. I mean he sold his business. He'd retired. And then he's just like, well, I'm always in the bloody gym. He's massive. He's in like the best shape
yeah?
you've ever seen. Yeah. He's in great shape.
Good on him.
So he's, for a 72-year-old, he looks absolutely wicked. But not for a 70. For a 50-year-old, he looks great. For a 40-year-old, he looks great.
Yeah.
But he was, he's just got a big thing for, just curiosity keeps me young. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't, if the day I stop wanting to learn is the day I get old.
That's it. And that's the thing with Lord Sugar as well. I think he just wants to help out people that need help, especially with business. He's not in it for the money. He's got unlimited amount of money.
Well, that's it. I do think he's got a soft spot for your cheeky chappy. Do you know what I mean? Like, you saw with Skinner, you see with you.
That he can relate to.
Yeah.
If that's how he was, then he's going to relate to someone exactly like that. And, yeah.
You said, I'm trying to become comfortable with being uncomfortable in regards to applying, to try new things and prove that things are possible if you just give them a go.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful statement.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't know where that come from. He's saying I've always believed that. I struggle. You want to put yourself in these uncomfortable positions so much that you get comfortable. It's not running a business. It's not comfortable.
It's not.
It's never.
No, it bloody is not.
You're never sitting there just watching the money roll in, or you're never sitting there at ease. There's always, like I said just before the podcast started, me and Alex were chatting the other day. We feel like we're firefighters, just constantly putting out fires, and that's what it's like in the business world. There's always problems. There's always this happening, that happening, things going wrong, people calling in sick. You've got to juggle. You're just constantly juggling, and that's what you need to be. You need to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
And what about going on the show made you feel uncomfortable?
Being in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
Something I've never done before. I've never done any public speaking. So this is stuff I wanted to put myself in that position to find out, can I do it?
Have you done any public speaking since? Any kind of corporate gigs, going and talking seminars and all that sort of stuff?
I've not done anything like that. I've done a Q&A in front of an audience. which is pretty similar to this. You know,
It's just a
like,
chat
this
with
is just
people
a chat,
listening, yeah.
which was good. But to actually get up and speak in front of an audience, I've done it at my wedding for my speech, and I've done it at the gala event for the final. Only 2 times ever. And I was petrified. I know I might have looked like I was calm and cool, where I weren't, you know, and I had a brief moment on that stage where it was fight or flight. Like, do I just walk off stage or do I just start speaking?
Well, that's the thing. Everybody now talks about anxiety.
Yeah, it's massive.
But it's nerves, right? It's what we used to call nerves. And you're stood there in front of people, and that's because it matters so much.
Yeah, it's so important. And you just want to do so well, and you put that amount of pressure on yourself. And that was the scariest thing I think I've ever done, is that gala event. And I got on the stage and I looked down and I froze for like a split second.
Again, you can't tell.
No, nobody would have known.
Have you watched it back?
Yeah, I've watched it back.
Yeah.
You can't see it.
You can't see it.
You can't see, but I look down and I go, I just breathe. I start speaking and I think, I've got to walk. I don't know why that come into my head. I've got to walk. If I stay still, I'm going to freeze. So I just started walking on the stage and just kept talking and walking.
That was you getting comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Got comfortable being uncomfortable. I was just walking up and down that stage and I started breathing, started talking, cracked a few jokes. Bang. I was
Off the cuff jokes?
Off the cuff jokes. Some of them weren't. Some of them I had planned, but some of them were off the cuff. And yeah, I was just winging it. I was just winging it in the end. Like, and it was great. Like, I felt like I was
It's
right
just real.
in my element.
It's real. It's real.
And it was saying I was so scared about it, and then I really enjoyed it. And like you're saying, until you're put in that position, you're not tested. And I felt like I was tested and I passed, and I'd love to do it again.
Yeah? Well, anybody listening that runs any of these things where
Yeah.
people can learn stuff from challenges. Whose idea was it to play Daddy Cool?
Mine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cracking idea. I think
Well,
it worked
fits,
really
doesn't
nice.
it?
Yeah.
I do air conditioning and I'm a dad. Like, it's
How
just
important? Because I mean, there is a branding element to that. I've noticed that Mrs. Cool. I think I saw your wife.
Wished her happy birthday.
Wished her happy birthday, Mrs. Cool, right?
Yeah.
Is that a subtle thing, or are you doing that thinking, Daddy Cool can be quite a cool kind of branding position?
I haven't really pushed it as such.
So I think it's a good shout.
It's just a great shout.
Yeah.
But people are knowing me as Daddy Cool. Like, people have said to me, "Oh, it's Daddy Cool." Like, it's like a little nickname for me, which I think is great.
I mean, it works brilliantly. I mean, this will or won't get edited out depending on how the chat goes. But I've got a chat with Mr. Motivator. Do you remember Mr. Motivator from when we were kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, his real name's Derek Evans.
Don't suit him.
Does Derek Evans become Mr. Motivator? The bloke we see on morning TV every day.
Yeah.
Or did he need to be Mr. Motivator? Actually, I changed my name once by deed poll to Mr. PR. So I literally legally changed my name to public relations.
No way.
So I was Mr. PR. And my mum went fucking ballistic.
I'm not going to be changing my name.
You should
Daddy
change
Cool.
your name. That's what I'm here to try and do, all right? Try and convince you. First name Daddy, second name Cool.
Turning up with Daddy Cool on my passport.
Like like Max Power. Do you remember the Simpsons episode where he's like, I hate being Homer Simpson. I reckon you should change it by deed poll. Max,
I'll look into it.
Yeah? I mean, I'll give you the people. What's the next uncomfortable thing you're chasing?
Good question. Next uncomfortable thing I'm chasing, I think, is just seeing how it goes. I don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
I don't know what's around the corner.
There's no big kind of...
There's, like I'm saying, the big thing for us is to expand the business and focus on that. And that is something I have to be comfortable with because it's not easy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work involved. And yeah, there's a lot of risk. And it's scary, you're hiring all these people, they're relying on you, and it becomes a scary place.
Do you feel the weight of that?
Yeah. You do, but you got to get used to it.
As an employer, I remember feeling massively the weight of mortgages and families and all those things. And you got to get it right, because if you don't, then that impacts other people.
It does.
So,
and that's one thing I just don't want to do. I don't want to let any of my guys down. So I've got that driving force as well behind me.
It's huge. That as motivation is massive.
Yeah, you can't lose.
Yeah, you literally can't, for yourself, for your family, and for these other people as well.
It's not
because
just you involved.
That's it. Can we play a word association game, an Apprentice word association game? If I say a word, your answer can be as long or short as you want it to be. But if I say finale, what do you think?
I think of that moment there. The grand finale for me was that pitch and me speaking. That was the biggest moment for me. That was the biggest change, I would say, in myself. To realise I'm actually good at it if I can get it right. I don't know what I've done right that day, but I've done something right, and it worked out well.
Boardroom.
Intense.
Claude.
Lovely bloke. Yeah. Top bloke. We actually had a bit of fun, in the interviews. They didn't show none of this. He's trying to fire all these things at me, but I knew they didn't have nothing on me. My business is running. It's not an idea. It's not something just thought of. I've been running this business for 4 years before this point, and he was trying to say about his son. He said, "Oh, Dean, my son's got air conditioning. He's had nothing but problems with it." I said, "Well, he's wrong. He's rung the wrong guy then." He went, "Nope. It was a daking unit." So I went, "Well, if he's got a problem, Claude, I'll send the guys around and we'll get it all sorted." And none of this was showed, but I could see him looking down. He had a little smile on his face, and it was just great, And I think he knew that, and he thought, "I ain't got nothing on this guy."
That's brilliant.
But yeah.
Regrets.
Not. I wish I had just been myself from the start. Where I was saying I was a bit shy in the beginning, but maybe that was all part of the plan. You need to find your feet. But I just wish I could have got a bit more of my personality across.
I guess that's when you start a new school.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you're not going to go out and be the latest.
You're not straight away day one, big loud brash necessarily, right?
Yeah.
The Apprentice house.
That was just chilled. We just chilled in the cinema room. It was good. I loved it. £10 million gaff.
It's not bad, is it?
Not bad.
Conflict.
The only conflict I really had was with Max and Carlo. That was it. In the boardrooms. So yeah, me and Max had a bit of conflict on the TV selling. He wouldn't let me have the sparkles, and I wanted to press all the buttons, which I still stand by.
Yeah.
I'll still be the same.
Yeah.
If something's not working, what can I do to make it work? Yeah. What can I do different? The only thing I can do is press buttons, so let's press some buttons.
Tim Campbell. Top
bloke. I couldn't speak highly enough of Tim. Tim's been there and done it, so he knew exactly the position we was in. So much respect for Tim. Just brings all these memories back of sticking in an air conditioning unit, and I'll do it again.
Karen Brady.
Ah, lovely. Yeah, Karen Brady.
Baroness
Brady. She's just the queen. She is the queen. She walks in, everyone sits up straight. It's just, she's just prim and proper. She's really good.
The whole thanking everybody thing at the end. So that's the word association bit done. When people are like, "Thank you, Lord Sugar," thank you. Are you told to say that by production?
No, you're not.
Because actually,
I would have thought you would have been told this
beforehand. You're like just don't thank them. They just binned you off.
Yeah, and to be fair, when you're watching it at home, the firing's coming because you've got the dramatic music, and it's sort of, I don't know, it's sort of planned out like that. In real life, these firings come out of nowhere. And you're like sitting there, you're thinking you're talking 1 minute, and then it's like he'll say his thing, and sometimes you knew it was coming, but sometimes it was just like bang, fired. And like, wow, and then I think everyone just says thank you, and then they get up and go. But you're not told to say these things. And at one point, I thought I was going to get fired.
And do you remember when this was?
This was kids' mobile banking app. So I thought I was going to get fired, but I didn't have any of this stuff that I was going to say. So I don't know what I would have said if I would have got fired. I don't know. I don't know what I would have said.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
You could have been like those X Factor contestants.
I would.
Actually, Simon.
Nope, you're fired. It wouldn't have gone down like that. But I just don't know how it would have come across. I didn't have any speech prepared if I was to ever get fired.
It's just funny, isn't it? Because it also everybody's so polite and prim and proper, and then probably gets out there and wishes they'd. Oh no! Did you wish you said something else?
I didn't plan for that.
A few more. You wake up tomorrow. You got Elon Musk's bank account.
Mm-hmm.
As in the bank balance, but you've only got 24 hours to spend it. What are you doing with it?
What ain't I buying with it?
What ain't you?
A jet, an island, a yacht, a Ferrari, Lambo, a big ass. I would spend it.
Yeah, you feel like you get so 24 hours. What like would you chuck it anywhere in particular, like investments and all that
Well,
stuff?
if you got that sort of money,
yeah.
you
So
don't
we're talking
need
like 300 billion at this point.
Yeah.
Is I think it's something like that.
Yeah, you don't need to be investing, do you? If you got that sort of money, it's
No, I guess
pointless. It's pointless. But you can help other people out.
That's the thing.
So that's a big thing that Lord Sugar has done. Obviously, he's investing in people. He's helping them out. Like I'm saying, he's got infinity money anyway. He don't need the money. I'm not paying his bills. He just wants to see us be a success, which I think is massive.
What drives you now, and is it different to what used to drive you?
No, I think I've always still had that drive. I'm just one of these people that I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, right, what can I do? What can I do better? What needs to be done? This needs to happen. That needs to happen. And the same when I go to bed. I go in bed, and as soon as my head hits the pillow, all these thoughts just come to me. It's like, bang. And I'm like wide awake, and then I'm like, right, pshum, pshum, I've got to remember this. And I start writing things down, and Chloe's like, just go to bed, just turn your phone off. I'm like, no, these ideas come to me when I lay down. And that's what you got to do. You just got to just write it all down, and then, yeah, attack them in the morning.
What felt impossible to you at one point, but isn't anymore?
I don't think anything felt impossible. I just think you just got to just do it. Just do what needs to be done. Just go out there and do it. If you're thinking these ideas, just put one foot in front of the other and just do it. Whatever needs to be taken, whatever step, just take it. You know, you ain't going to know the full game plan from the start. So just find out on the way. It's not a bad thing, winging it. And that's what I think I've done. And I've done really well at it.
On that note, when do you think you're going to feel like you've made it?
When I'm in Lord Sugar's position and I'm the one
that's
going, you're fired across the table. That's done.
Oh, hang on, are you season 23? You're series 23?
Yeah, the paperwork's on there.
Yeah.
I would love to. Like that. That's the ultimate. You know when you saying about the unrealistic goal.
Yeah.
If I could take his shoe, like take his role, and fill that seat, then all day long I would do that.
You'd want to be the Lord Sugar of The Apprentice. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Makes sense, doesn't it, for a winner to sort of take that role?
Maybe.
I mean, I think Tim's in front of me, but
maybe. How many years down the line are we talking?
I'm ready next year. I'm not doing nothing yet.
Yeah. What do you do to relax?
I don't relax. That's the God's honest truth. I mean, I try and play golf now and again with my mates. You know, that's something I love doing.
You any good?
I play off of 18.
Okay.
So I do all right.
Yeah. What about the kids? You know, I guess chilling out with the kids. What's your favourite thing to do with the kids?
The plan is, so have a very, very busy summer, and then in the winter, take my holidays. I want to show them the world. I want to take them around the world. I want to give them the best life possible. That's what I ultimately want to do. And you just got to work until you get to that point.
Finish your sentence for me, if you can. Anything is possible if...
You believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. If you don't, who else is gonna?
Love it, mate. Thank you so much, man. This has been fun.
Yeah?
Anything? Yeah, man. Thank you. What's that tattoo?
It's a triangle.
Why?
Got that in prison. No, don't edit that to be like I said that I got it in prison. Me and my mates got this done when we left school.
Yeah.
There's a few of us who got it.
Yeah. What does it mean? Is it just like a little bond?
It don't mean anything really.
Yeah. But how many of you have got it?
I think there's 7 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you all still close?
Yeah. All still close.
I love that sort of thing. I mean, I've got a cat in the hat on my ankle.
I see that.
Me and my brother, like, the one that I mentioned, passed away. Like, it's just, I've got another one actually. So the only 2 tattoos I've got are ones that he had as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like, I think there's something really powerful about being bound by.
That's it. You got that connection for
like,
life.
literally, I look down and I'm like,
no matter where you go in life, you've always got that bond. You've always got that on your skin. You're always carrying that with you.
nice, man. Thank you so much, mate. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Cheers, man. And we are back. I hope you enjoyed it. Dean's a laugh, isn't he? Really good guy. Thoroughly enjoyed my time with him. Just a fun bloke. I mean, his phone was going the whole time. So, when he says he's busy, when he says he's doing well, it's constant. Real pleasure to meet him. So, I hope you enjoyed. I did all the promo stuff up top in terms of, just send this to one person. That's all. Or if you're feeling kind, leave a 5-star review. Thank you very much. That's kind of how we get to ranking in the charts. That's how we get to building this thing and building our little posse of possibilists. So again, a possibilist is an optimist without the blinkers on. We know that there are challenges. We just want to run towards success and possibility. And thank you again to Robin Ince in the last series for telling me, as we were parked in a car, as he was running semi-late for a show with Professor Brian Cox at the Cheltenham Town Hall, talking about science. He said, "Do you know what, Rich? You remind me of a quote by Hans Rosling, the author of Factfulness." He said, "I think you're a possibilist." And I don't know if you've ever thought about that before. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, I love that. So, if we, this merry little band, can put some good into the world, then I'm happy. Thank you very much for listening, watching, subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff. I am incredibly grateful. Join us next Monday for another interview with me, another fantastic guest. Have a great week in between. Keep an eye out for shorts and all those good things on social media, the little clips. Again, the algorithm dictates that we do those, but they're also quite fun, right? So have a great week and speak to you soon. Goodbye. Forever. Bye.